We want to reassure investors and encourage them to come to Burkina Faso to invest. We will support them by facilitating certain procedures to industrialize the country. It is essential to support population resilience and prepare the ground for accelerated economic and social development after achieving victory over terrorism. For the head of state, there are no miracles. Investment in socio-economic infrastructure is essential. The strengthening and rehabilitation of the national road network are now underway.
Hey guys, as you're watching this video, our vision is to reach 500,000 subscribers. Hit the subscribe button, join membership to support our channel, join Patreon and PayPal. All the links are in the description. Do that to stand with us for this beautiful cause of One Africa right now. We do not forget to sign up for the petition. The link is down below. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Depuis maintenant 2 ans, sous la houlette du capitaine Ibrahim Traoré,
For 2 years now, under the leadership of Captain Ibrahim Traoré, Burkina Faso has embarked on a new dynamic in the fight against terrorism and for national sovereignty. The liberation of the country is within sight, thanks to the unwavering and constant support of the Burkinabe people. Captain Ibrahim Traoré is waging a fierce war against armed terrorist groups, with no intention of conceding even a single square centimeter of national territory to anyone. Beyond reorganizing combat forces, increasing personnel, and strengthening operational capacities, a strong emphasis is also placed on the continuous acquisition of rolling stock and aerial resources to expedite the reconquest of the territory. Visionary and convinced of the Burkinabe people's ability to rid themselves of the forces of evil, the head of state, while prioritizing the recovery of national territory, is opening another, equally crucial front for the nation's survival, development, and the well-being of his compatriots. We want to reassure investors and encourage them to come to Burkina Faso to invest. We will support them by facilitating certain procedures to industrialize the country. It is essential to support population resilience and prepare the ground for accelerated economic and social development after achieving victory over terrorism. For the head of state, there are no miracles. Investment in socio-economic infrastructure is essential. The strengthening and rehabilitation of the national road network are now underway, with the objective of establishing a high-quality network that significantly improves mobility for people and goods while boosting the national economy through enhanced accessibility and production yields. Road infrastructure projects. Road infrastructure is a critical element for the transition, facilitating the mobility of people throughout Burkina Faso. The president of Faso has instructed the initiation of several projects, including maintenance and construction work. Progress has been noted, particularly since March 2023, when the government demanded the rehabilitation of the Sakoinku route. The road, which had shown significant wear just a few months after its refurbishment, was deemed unacceptable. Today, this 42-kilometer route meets all required quality standards for the benefit of its users. The company responsible was ordered to redo the work entirely at its own expense. Despite initial skepticism, the project was completed successfully, setting a precedent for ensuring better quality work in the future. The Padaniou-Diabougou section, spanning 93 kilometers along National Road 12, was in poor condition, complicating traffic on this vital route for the southwestern region and agricultural product distribution. Over 15 billion CFA francs were allocated to rehabilitate this road, with significant progress noted since the project's launch in May 2023. Public sentiment and leadership. Residents and local leaders have expressed gratitude to Captain Ibrahim Traoré for his commitment and leadership. This is a man of his word, a true leader who stands before, among, and behind the people, said one supporter. Improved roads have eased travel and reduced vehicle damage, bringing tangible benefits to the population. In addition to interurban and community road projects, the government has prioritized the modernization of urban roads. For instance, in September 2023, the Prime Minister launched the widening and modernization of the RN4 at the eastern exit of Ouagadougou to ease traffic congestion and enhance safety. As these projects continue, stakeholders remain optimistic. Entrepreneurs and citizens alike have commended the government for delivering on its promises and improving connectivity within Burkina Faso and with neighboring countries like Mali. Future outlook. the government remains focused on building, strengthening, and modernizing infrastructure nationwide, ensuring better quality of life and economic growth. These efforts underscore the leadership's dedication to fulfilling its commitments and enhancing the daily lives of Burkinabe citizens. These works concern the extension of Avenue Charolon in Champagne to the port, the paving of the access road to the CMA of Dafra, and the development and paving of the Lejima Road. Regarding the quality, as you can see for what has been launched, we do not want to create temporary roads. We aim to build durable infrastructure. We are holding the companies present here accountable for the quality of the work. The quality will depend on their efforts and their future operations in Burkina Faso will also depend on the results they deliver to us. In addition to the development of road infrastructure, the President of Faso, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, has engaged our country in an industrialization process. Over the past 2 years, Burkina Faso's industry has emerged from its lethargy and made significant progress. The operationalization of the fertilizer blending plant of the Burkina Phosphate Exploitation Company, with a production capacity of 90 tons per hour in January 2023, reflects the government's intention to boost agricultural production by providing affordable fertilizers to farmers. We welcomed with great satisfaction the operationalization of the blending plant in Coupeala. It becomes a significant lever through the contribution we will now receive in terms of blended fertilizers produced in our country. This has a dual objective, not only to increase the capacities and quantities of fertilizers available to producers, but also to formulate blends tailored to our soil's specific needs. The provision of agro-pastoral equipment and inputs to Burkinabe producers, including 400 tractors, 239 power tillers, 70 motor pumps, 10,000 tons of fish feed, 964 tons of fertilizers, 10,000 liters of phytosanitary products, 18,000 tons of plant seeds, 2,300 tons of forage seeds, and 10,000 tons of concentrated feed, valued at over 78 billion CFA francs, is also part of the efforts to modernize our agriculture. Based on the tractors made available to the Ministry of Agriculture, the Ministry has established communal agricultural mechanization brigades. These brigades have provided free ploughing services across the entire territory. This was made possible through the provision of fuel and other forms of support to ensure their operation. The results are satisfactory, as many previously uncultivated areas in past years were exploited. A general sense of satisfaction can also be observed among the populations during our visits to various regions, as the outcomes are evident. Convinced of the intrinsic capacity of Burkinabe to drive development, the President of Faso laid the foundation stone for a tomato processing plant. In September 2023, a 100% Burkinabe initiative from community entrepreneurship. 3 months later, we laid the first stone, which is significant due to the enthusiasm shown during the subscription process. It is an opportunity to encourage people to trust the initiative and continue subscribing, both Burkinabe at home and in the diaspora, because it is through us that we can achieve everything for our people. Less than a year later, the plant stands proudly in Binduguso near Bobo Dioulasso. Soon, the first cans of tomatoes will be produced from this modern, brand-new facility. Around Bobo, there are many tomato producers. This plant will likely create 2,000 to 3,000 direct jobs and approximately 10,000 indirect jobs. This infrastructure will significantly support the Bobo Dioulasso community and surrounding producers. Many producers are organizing into associations to produce more tomatoes for this plant. The operation of this plant will not only create decent jobs in the region, but also develop agriculture. I assure you, these projects speak for themselves, due to their ambitious and relevant nature, contributing to improving the living conditions of the population. In their commitment to industrializing the country, the authorities also rely on the private sector. The launch of the construction of a textile complex named Hotex Burkina, driven by private actors in Sorgu in the Boucle du Mouhoun province, perfectly illustrates this vision of endogenous development by the head of state. Alongside private companies, the state is also committed through the Burkinabe textile fiber company Sofitex, the Burkinabe Fund for Economic and Social Development (FDBES), and the National Union of Cotton Producers of Burkina Faso (UNPCB). This industrial unit under construction is a source of hope for the commune of Sorgu and the entire Bouclé-du-Mouhoun province. All industrial areas of Burkina, with specificities, will have everything possible, done to transform our products locally. This is how we can create enough jobs and ensure youth can thrive. In the textile sector, the president of Faso, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, laid the foundation stone in April 2024 for the construction of the Burkina Faso Armed Forces textile factory, Texforce BF, in Bobo Dioulasso. This factory, worth 15 billion CFA francs, is part of the commitment to process our cotton locally, prioritizing support for Burkina Faso's defense and security forces. This factory is exemplary because, for years, we have spent billions abroad to clothe our defense and security forces. It is time to end this trend and invest in domestic solutions. It's complicated to be able to dress at these moments. Therefore, we decided to process our cotton locally to first dress the Burkinabe defense and security forces, as well as the security forces in Africa that wish to source their clothing from Burkina Faso. The expected impact of these industrial units is estimated to be between 100 billion to 200 billion CFA francs, which will be injected into the national economy and contribute to strengthening the national industrial fabric. This initiative reflects the vision of the highest authorities in our country, prioritizing the transformation of local raw materials. These materials will be marketed nationally and internationally to generate maximum added value. This transformation will also positively impact the trade balance, as we will export more finished products with greater added value, thus earning significant foreign exchange to finance the national economy. This aligns with the vision of self-reliant development for the benefit of the Burkinabe people. Captain Ibrahim Traoré is giving a new boost to our country's gold sector, with an industrial production of 57.674 tons and artisanal production of 457 kilograms in 2022. Gold remains Burkina Faso's leading export product. Efforts are being made to capitalize on this gold wealth, to finance development and address national challenges. The creation of the National Company of Precious Substances and the laying of the first stone for a gold refinery in November 2023 in Ouagadougou demonstrate the authorities' commitment to controlling the entire production chain of this yellow metal. The transformation of raw materials generates added value. It became imperative for the government to address this issue by establishing a refinery to process gold locally. This initiative will create jobs and generate added value to benefit the state's budget. In January 2024, the president launched activities for the first ever Burkinabe plant for processing mining residues, Golden NASA, in the Kausado Industrial Zone in Ouagadougou. This reflects Burkina Faso's ambition to capitalize on national expertise and create jobs in the gold sector. Previously, mining residues were exported, leaving us with no control over what happened. Establishing this mining residue processing plant marks a positive evolution towards sovereignty and resource management. The processing plant, built entirely by a Burkinabe, includes 40% state ownership. It will handle all waste from gold processing, completing the value chain in mining operations. In the healthcare sector, the first 2 years of the transition witnessed the start of construction on the Regional University Hospital Center in Gawa, located in the southwest region. Long awaited by the region's population, this hospital is being built at a cost of over 45 billion CFA francs. It will have a capacity of over 300 beds and will be situated on 25 hectares. The construction is divided into 6 zones. Zone 1, administrative and ancillary buildings. Zone 2, hospitalization units. Zone 3, the project's core, containing the technical platform. Zones 4 and 5, additional hospitalization units. Zone 6, administrative offices. As the first director of the Gawa Hospital, I feel immense joy in welcoming this new facility. The current site, built in 1972, is now outdated and lacks capacity to meet the growing demand for healthcare. This new hospital will enable better utilization of our specialized medical personnel and significantly enhance healthcare services for the population. In July 2024, the President handed over 15 mobile clinics, cold chain equipment, office supplies, and logistics to the Ministry of Health. Additionally, under the leadership of Captain Ibrahim Traoré, the government implemented unprecedented measures to reduce the costs of medical examinations and procedures for the Burkinabe population. CT scans reduced from 50,000 CFA to 25,000 CFA, 50% reduction. MRI scans reduced from 100,000 CFA to 40,000 CFA, 60% reduction. Dialysis, previously required a 500,000 CFA deposit, but now it is entirely free. The government has also made radiotherapy for childhood cancers, under 15 years, completely free, with the state covering the full cost. For women's cancers, such as cervical and breast cancer, radiotherapy is also free. For prostate cancer, radiotherapy is similarly free. For other types of cancer, the state covers 70% of the costs, with patients bearing the remaining 30%. Ongoing construction of the regional hospital in Manga, in the Center-South region, will further enhance the healthcare system in the region and the country at large. The launch of the Treasury Deposit Bank by Captain Ibrahim Traoré in August marks a significant step toward economic and financial independence for our country. These achievements, along with ongoing initiatives, reflect the government's irreversible commitment to realizing the vision of true sovereignty for Burkina Faso under the leadership of Captain Ibrahim Traoré.
This is the journey to One Africa.